Hello there.
Here we're back, and welcome to Lightsaber Radio, your weekly festive hive of scum and villainy for anything and everything Star Wars. If you haven't already, make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to join our live shows, and if you like this video, drop us a like. It means the whole galaxy. Hello to my favorite guys. I hope everyone is doing well in the run up to Christmas.
What's going on?
Doing a lot of shopping.
Where has the time gone? Isn't it like 5 days till Christmas Day? I have done no shopping. I am not prepared. I have done no wrapping. Oh, God.
Who cares about Christmas? Screw Christmas. Book of Boba Fett's coming out soon.
That's the only festive holiday I care about.
We're talking about the wrong son here. No.
If our listeners are still struggling for last minute gifts for your loved ones, be sure to check out our best and worst gift guide.
I got another one for if you're looking for, I think it's more child friendly gifts, but I got a few other gifts that came up. It's the actual Star Wars 10 best Star Wars gifts that you can give out this Christmas. So we'll pop that up in a little while.
Aww. On to this week's Hothbreaker. It's the annual Death Star Christmas party. Anyone and everyone has been invited, but who are you stealing a kiss under the mistletoe from? CJ?
Princess Leia, hands down.
Oh, solid choice. Garrison, I kind of think this one's going to be obvious.
Addison?
Oh.
Oh, wow. You know...
Oh, brownie points
I
for
might
you.
have screwed up.
She's just like, whoops. No.
I think my woman would be mad if I didn't kiss her. That's the problem. I think she'd like look at me. They both look at me like, really? You're not going to? Good luck.
Since Garrison wants to be good and well behaved, Kyle, please tell me that you have a good answer. Who would you snog under the mistletoe?
Let's see.
Vader.
With or without the mask.
Wait, yeah, that's what I'm not touching that burnt ass face.
Let's see.
It's probably healed now after all the Bacta treatments.
I don't know. I'd have to say Padme.
Yeah, I thought Garrison was going to say Padme.
Yeah.
I kiss my wife all the time.
Yeah,
if I get a free kiss at the birthday celebration, I would kiss somebody different. You know, hey, if I'm getting it free, I'm not gonna get in trouble for it. Then I gotta go for the kill.
This may be a touch narcissistic. Ray, don't question it. Don't leave it at that. Ray or like young Obi-Wan Kenobi. Depends on what mood.
Which one? Episode 1 or episode 2? Are we talking about
1?
Are we talking about
really?
Jesus
yeah.
Obi-Wan?
I like Jesus Obi-Wan better.
Yeah, I was like, are we talking about Jesus Obi-Wan or are we talking
about
rat tail?
She wants to pull the rat tail.
Why?
At the time I watched The Phantom Menace, I'd just hit that cusp of like being a kid where you start to understand the concept of like fancying someone. And he was the first character that I saw, and it was just like hearts
sparkles
and
in
angels
the air,
and
like...
sparkles. Yeah, I was absolutely
especially
infatuated.
When he killed Maul. Oh man, right? Just something else.
Just the robe and the rat tail and I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. Don't question it. Let's move on.
Run as fast as you can.
We have got so much to get through this week. Oh my goodness, what a week. I don't know about you guys, but I'm still ticking off the days to book Boba Fett. Isn't it 10 days? 10 days? 9 days?
Well, yeah, it's about 10 days.
Yeah, I think I put a countdown on our Instagram story.
Yeah,
There have been more mini trailers, more TV spots, and this episode, we cannot get through the festive period without me talking about my favorite piece of Star Wars history, the holiday special.
No.
Oh,
A masterpiece. A masterpiece.
This is where I want
A masterpiece
Anakin
of
to
what
choke me out
exactly?
and
Like-
kill me.
a masterpiece in garbage art. You
I'm
know.
hoping that once you've heard my story, your minds will maybe be changed, but we'll see.
Did you like lose your virginity while Netflix and chilling to the holiday special? Because that's the only way I could see this being redeemed.
Garrison, that is not family friendly. Immediately in the explicit category for us, thank you.
Sorry.
I mean, he didn't say it any other way, so I mean, it might not be as bad. I mean, he could have put it a lot worse. A lot worse. Oh,
All right,
jeez.
let's hear this breakdown, Charlie. Let's hear this breakdown.
Let's see what's up.
Are you sure you guys want to start with that?
Yeah, we can start with that. Let's get it out the way. The
Go on.
faster we get this holiday
okay.
special out the way, the better.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. That's fair. So.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness. No, this isn't the
Oh, I know.
There we go.
Even worse.
So, in 1978, arguably the most controversial piece of Star Wars film was released, the Star Wars Holiday Special. Which drug is most to blame? I'll take all offers, all opinions.
You know, there's a lot of drugs.
Yeah, I think, since we know that George Lucas didn't have a very big hand in this, and he stated that he didn't really have nothing to do with this. This was kind of created by some of the other people that worked for him at
You're
Disney.
jumping the gun
or
here,
at-
Kyle. You're jumping the
well,
gun here.
I'm getting to it. I got a point. Just
You've
give me a
got a
second.
point. You better hurry up with that point because this is already not what I had planned.
Basically, I think that they were all on acid.
Yep.
Or shrooms or something when they created
Oh
this.
yeah.
Oh, I'm
Shrooms.
There's
That's
a lot of
okay.
shrooms.
I think either shrooms or has anybody seen those like meth not even once commercials?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Remember those old commercials? If you haven't, look them up on YouTube.
Or
But this
peyote.
looks like at the very end, instead of like the scroll credits, it would be meth, not even once.
Yes.
At the end of the
yes,
holiday special.
Yes. Oh my God, yes. So, not only was George receiving pressure from CBS to make a TV special, he felt that something was needed to sustain interest in Star Wars whilst the fans waited for Empire. So, whilst he was reluctant, he was also persuaded. After some positive short segments on a variety of daytime shows nearly doubling A New Hope ticket sales, it was a done deal. This masterpiece was directed by Steve Binder, and it represented the first attempt at a spin-off set between the events of A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. Although the holiday special gave us Boba Fett, most of us remember it for very different reasons. Oddly enough, the holiday special was only created because Lucas himself had been planning a spin-off about Wookiees, and whilst he left the idea, it meant there was a huge collection of notes on Wookiee history and culture.
No.
No, are you not persuaded yet?
Nope, there's not enough persuasion here. I love
Charlie,
Wookiees,
you're
but I
giving
don't
this
love
a
them
lot
that
more
much.
professionalism than I think it's due.
Right?
Like,
This
I
is
don't
like
even
you're
think-
in-
No, I'm just
I don't
kidding.
even
She's
think-
doing a really good job.
I know.
It does-
I don't
think
even-
that was
This
great.
is well put together.
I think it's fascinating, the idea that production crew and writers opened a door to a room and there were just boxes and boxes and boxes of notes all about Wookiees. Unnecessary, excessive detail, as George liked to do, and I think that's fantastic. Obviously, the fan favourite from this absolute garbage fire is the animated special featuring Boba Fett.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
did you know it was inspired by a 1977 TV special, A Cosmic Christmas? The production company Nelvana went on to make the animated segment we see in the holiday special, and they were kept on by Lucasfilm to make droids and Ewoks. It ended up being this whole kind of relationship.
Wow. I didn't know that.
No. Still not,
No.
still not convinced yet.
The storyline is relatively simple, even if its hour and a half runtime makes you roll your eyes. Following the events of A New Hope, Chewbacca and Han Solo attempt to visit Kashyyyk to celebrate Life Day. That's it. That's the whole plot. They are chased by the Galactic Empire, who are searching for the Rebel Alliance on Chewie's home planet, and it's this that introduces us, the audience, to Chewie's family. Ta-da!
Oh, God.
We can see here his father Itchy, his wife Mala, and his son Lumpy. We have guest appearances from Carrie Fisher. Who can forget her iconic song at the very end, a true Christmas anthem? Here I have a tiny sample so as not to enrage the YouTube gods. Oh.
No.
There you go. That's all you get.
Oh, that's just terrible. I'm so sorry, Carrie Fisher, that made you do that. Like
I
the
know.
princess.
This is the thing. Nobody made Carrie do that. She
The
was going
queen
through
of Star Wars.
She was going through as what was described as a Jodie Mitchell phase, and she insisted that she showcase her singing talents and insisted that the song be placed in. Genuinely.
I'm not surprised.
Not even one.
I know.
How,
So the
that's
biggest
how
thing
we
with
know
Carrie
that they
Fisher,
were on drugs.
The biggest thing with Carrie Fisher is Carrie Fisher was such a free spirit that I'm
No,
not
I love
surprised.
it. It's such a Carrie thing to do. It really
Yeah.
is. It gets better. There's also, if you guys remember, a call from Luke Skywalker, who looks more like a shop mannequin with makeup on than a human being.
Jeez.
It looks like he's trying to prepare for his Joker makeup or his trickster makeup.
No. It looks like he's about to go drag.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would like to clock that there is fake tan contour and eyeliner. What a king. What a king.
Oh, wow.
And he's just
Mark,
rocking almost a bowl cut.
Mark, you just dropped like two stages on my top actor list for this one. Well, I don't know. I guess
I'm just.
How do you know? He could have been preparing himself because he knew Tu Wong Fu was going to come out one day, and he was like, maybe I can get a part in that movie.
He grew up without both of his parents, being raised by his aunt and uncle. He had a lot of confused feelings. He was kind of
very
figuring out what he wanted to do.
Very
And if you look, his eyes are a little bit red, so you might there might be some drug content in there. There might have been a little bit. They look a little bit pink in there.
It's the 70s.
What ensues is a bizarre mix of live action and animated stories following the Wookiee family, and instead of a wholesome Christmas film, we're left feeling unsettled, confused, and fresh from a 70s acid trip. It received widespread negative reception from the fan base. It has never been rebroadcast or officially released onto home video, and for a long time, fans were left to fight over bootleg copies. It is 2021, and it is still not on Disney+. As we understand now, even though George was hardly involved, he's quoted as saying in the past, "I would be happy if every copy could be tracked down and burned."
I agree.
I agree.
And he also made a statement, I guess, at a celebration or something, that if he could find every copy and he had the time, he would use a sledgehammer and smash them as well. So that's two different.
Oh, you know that man would find the time just to do it. Literally on his itinerary that day, like 12 o'clock, smash every copy and then lunch.
I'm honestly surprised they recovered from this.
Yeah, this was pretty bad.
This is why everybody likes the Empire.
Glad.
He put a lot of work into Empire to make this little gem disappear.
He was like, I'm not directing it. I'm going to focus on creativity. I'm going to give me a director. I'm just going to stand back and I'm going to make sure that this is the most awesome film ever in the history of time. Because if not, Lucasfilms is about to go under.
Can I say
I think
one
that's what
thing?
he was thinking after the creation of this.
Can I say one thing about this Christmas special? They gave us one thing. Life Day.
It did give us Life Day.
That is the only good thing that has happened.
No.
Other than the Boba Fett thing, too. Hey, Life Day is not
fruit
bad.
from the poisonous tree. It's all bad. Everything. Just pretend that it doesn't exist.
The only person with an official video copy of the holiday special was the late Carrie Fisher, who specifically asked Lucas for a copy for when she was hosting parties and she wanted everyone to leave. She would put it on the
She
VHS
just wanted to
player.
show off her singing. She wanted an excuse to show off her singing. She pretended to be embarrassed. She goes, "Oh no, yeah, I sing it. It's so embarrassing. Please watch it."
Oh my god, I don't sing, but I do.
I have this video. You gotta watch it.
That's like the nicest way to get just people like put that on and just be like, all right, guys, watch this. And then everybody just gets up and leaves.
Yep.
Like I didn't have to be a bitch at all. I just had to.
Is that not the most Carrie Fisher thing you have ever seen or ever
That's
heard
great.
of? I love it so much.
I'm going to utilize that. I have a copy of this. It's not a very good copy, but I have a copy of this, and I'm going to take that copy and start putting it on when I want people to leave. That is the greatest thing ever.
One scene, which took over 24 hours to film due to cast members passing out in the costumes.
Told you they was high. I'm sorry.
Well.
I'm sorry.
This scene in the cantina, it features for me probably the best part of the special, a really heartwarming performance from Beatrice Arthur in her role of Maud, the cantina bartender surrounded by a menagerie of creatures as she sings about how life is hard, but that's life. After nearly 90 minutes of oddly paced and perplexing torture, it's a nice beat change, I'll be honest. During pre-production, the special was considered as the start of a possible TV series. Because of this, the art department created way more elaborate designs than would normally be made for a TV special, eating into the budget and leaving them with barely anything. And also, you'll see some familiar faces. We've got the Jizz Band in the back, we've got Greedo, we've got Wolfman. A lot of these costumes were reused from A New Hope. And
Isn't
many people
Greedo
passed
dead?
out, many people got very sick.
Yeah, I mean,
Greedo
I
died.
got that same feeling just watching it. I mean,
Yes.
I wanted to black out. Who's this guy in the back right corner over here?
Here?
Yeah. Who is
No
this guy?
idea.
That dude is
Absolutely
like
not.
that dude. Just
what about
looks
the
like
guy just to the right of her, behind her?
This creepy looking dude here, he's doing a little peek over the heads.
No, the one to the left of him, like in the back. Yeah, that looks like some kind of serial killer. Like
That
from
is
a
giving
Halloween
me
movie.
Michael Myers.
That's
No,
what
no,
I'm
no,
saying.
no, no, no.
It looks
Michael
like a young,
Myers with a sexy '80s haircut.
It looks like the young
He's
clown
got a
from
Jufro. What are you talking about?
Okay. Wildly enough, I think it's time to talk about the bad, even though you all seem to think this whole thing is bad. For me, one of the most obscure moments is when the grandfather Itchy is given his Life Day gift from Chewie, a virtual reality fantasy program. If any of you can remember this moment, the whole thing is extremely uncomfortable and features a nearly 4-minute long musical performance by Diane Carroll. Fun fact, Cher was asked to play this part. She politely declined.
She did not. She was not polite.
Oh
she was,
gosh!
She was not polite. There's no way.
There you go. You guys can look at that
Got a
gif while I
moth
talk.
on her head.
Yes,
Wow.
a musical performance from Diane Carroll, crooning and batting her eyelashes at, I'm sorry, the ugliest Wookiee I have ever seen.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
hey,
could probably
yeah.
disagree with that because Chewie's son's pretty ugly.
Hardly what you'd expect to see on a children's show, and much closer to softcore. You get where I'm going. We also have a special appearance from everyone's favourite galactic cooking host, a Julia Child-like alien called Gourmander, played by Harvey Korman. Chewie's wife is watching the video to learn how to make Bantha surprise. And the catchphrase that this character uses has been stuck in my head since I watched it the first time. She sits there and goes, stir, whip, whip, beat, stir. It stuck in my head.
I swear, if I'm
No.
cooking today for the kids and I repeat that, I am yelling at you.
So I promise you, I'm getting somewhere with this. The beginning of this movie is 10 minutes of no spoken dialogue except Wookiees communicating with each other. Immediately, yeah, there's no subtitles. Immediately, I want to leave. Everybody wants to leave. But I want to point out, did you know that the creator Ben Burt, who was responsible for this cacophony of chaos, the Wookiee family sounds, of which a full hour of those sounds were required for filming.
No.
He headed to various wildlife parks and recorded 2 different types of bears and a walrus. One of those bears is called Tarkin. Here he is.
Yeah.
His name is Tarkin.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. That's fine. That's
Best
good.
acting performance
You-
of the
you
whole
made
thing
it
was done by a
slightly better.
bear.
Yeah, best performance
No.
was that bear.
Thank you. Thank you.
The only known bit of material shot but deleted from the final film was an in-cartoon commercial during the animated segment, and a live-action version of that scene was planned but never shot, in which Luke Skywalker sings a song. Mark Hamill claims to have vetoed the idea, but that's not confirmed.
Oh, come on.
Him wearing makeup and singing, he would have dropped some more points on my favorite actor list.
And we know for a fact he did it, and he's not going to admit to it.
I wouldn't admit to it. Why is Chewbacca wearing a dress?
Hey.
By the time, this is the point. By the time we're getting to the end, you can tell that the production quality has considerably dropped. They have run out of money. They are extremely limited. Mostly because this took such a long time to create. Real candles are used in the final Life Day scene. It's shot in an aircraft hangar. There are people in Don Post Chewbacca masks because the costumes were so expensive to make in bulk.
Can I just say one thing here?
Harrison
Ford does not look impressed.
Thank you. Carrie Fisher's the only one who's into it. Harrison Ford is rethinking his entire career. he's like, what have I done? There goes my career. There goes my career. I'm back to flipping burgers at Burger King. I got nothing else.
Mark's sitting there staring at Carrie like, you're pretty, but please stop.
Please stop singing. Nobody asked, Carrie.
Wow,
as you can gather, so far, a lot of these ideas were taken from the cutting floor of Lucas's workshop, and considering there was only one film, half a script for the next one, and nothing close to an established universe, Lucas and the team did amazingly, in my opinion. Considering the creative differences and the odd mix of variety performances, which came about because this was a Wookiee-heavy script being handled by writers who didn't know how to create for characters that didn't speak basic. And with scheduling conflicts, the whole thing was edited by producers who had no prior experience of editing.
That's the only reason that they could get. That's the only people they could get to edit it. They was like, I ain't editing this crap. This is crap. Don't put this crap out. You're gonna ruin Star Wars.
On its broadcast day, it was seen by an estimated 13 million viewers.
Oh, Jesus.
But I implore any of our listeners and viewers who haven't had the opportunity, please sit down and watch this absolutely classic piece of Star Wars history. A final quote. Let me finish. A final quote from the Starlog magazine all the way back in the 1970s when this first came out says, "One of the most ambitious television spectaculars ever attempted by an American network."
Wow.
Good lie.
That's some propaganda for you. All right, now, okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
That was a great presentation.
Speechless.
That was a great presentation. If you want to like The Last Jedi, watch this piece of film first, and then watch The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi will be one of the best Star Wars movies you ever see.
Agreed.
You would be like, how did this happen? Like you'd wonder about how it 180'd so nicely. Oh, geez.
This is the movie that they show to people that are thinking about suicide. They put this on, and then they tell them, life is not that bad. Look at this. And then they say, oh, man, my life is great compared to this crap.
Which cast member said this about the holiday special? Watch it and you will die. You will die.
Harrison Ford.
That doesn't go with what I just said. Don't watch it if you're thinking about suicide. Then no, don't do it. Don't do it.
All of them said it was a trick.
They were a collective. They just got together and said it.
No, it was Anthony Daniels.
Oh no!
Wow.
That's
like the most positive person in the world. Like, have you ever watched Anthony Daniels like interviews and stuff? This dude is the most. He's like
so lovely.
He is the truth. He is the true live Mr. Rogers. That's who Anthony Daniels is. That dude is like just nothing can get that guy down. And if he said that, do not watch this movie ever in life. Just act like it doesn't exist.
Please.
I think, I think the Star Wars producers, they saw the future, and they saw how much people would hate on the sequels, how much original fans would hate on the prequels. They just saw the divisiveness of the Star Wars universe, and they wanted to give all the different Star Wars fans a common enemy to unite them. And I think that's really what it was made for.
This is the thing. People tried so hard on this, so much effort and budget and time was put into this, and it's just hated. And I understand that it's maybe not the best and not the most well written, but there's something about it to me that is so charming and so just quintessentially sort of that time period. And you get a kind of weird insight into George and where he was at, and he had no idea where this was going to go, where it was even going to finish, and it was a plug to fill a gap. But I love it. I watch it every year. That is one of my Christmas traditions, is I watch the holiday special every December because it is just so insane.
I literally forgot that it even existed until George brought it up in under the helmet.
How can
I had
you?
completely
I'm
forgot
sorry.
that it even
How can
existed.
you? Yeah.
Because it's that bad that you try to forget about it. It's like, oh, I got to forget about this. I got to get this out of my head. This ain't Star Wars. This is crap.
Chewie's son is something of nightmares.
Yeah, and we didn't even show. You didn't show no
we didn't
pictures.
even show
of
Oh
Chewie.
wait. Oh, you
Yeah,
wait.
you got. I honestly think that Chewie's wife had an affair with an Ewok, and that's how they got him.
I thought she had an affair with Chewie's dad because it looks more like Chewie's dad than Chewie.
Why does he actually, like all the other ones don't have lips, but he has a lip? Why does he have a lip? Like all the other Wookiees that you see in Star Wars don't have no lips. He's the only one that got this big pink lip.
Harrison, do that face.
What?
It looks like that they
Do
took
that
a.
face.
What?
It looked like they took a Chihuahua. No, it looks like a Chihuahua and a Bulldog had a baby, and that's what it would look like. Like one of them long-haired Chihuahuas was banging a Bulldog, and they had a baby that came out with this thing.
Kyle.
And then what are them little things right there? What is he playing with? What are those?
That is the hologram entertainment music video that he watches, which is a combination of like
Oh.
interpretive dance and acrobatics. It's horrible. I think it's like 5 minutes long. It's vile. It's the worst part. It's so weird.
No, his face right here is the worst part. That's vile.
Okay, all of our audio listeners, this is one of those times that I am going to suggest that you come to the YouTube and you look at this. You have to look at these pictures.
Don't.
You have to look at these pictures.
Stay on audio. Don't watch this.
No, don't zoom
Oh my
in.
God! No, don't zoom in. Oh God! Oh, I'm blind. I can't see no more. Oh God!
He's got that look of you put the lotion on the skin. Literally, he's got that look. Like you better.
You know
do
they
it.
was getting high. You know they was getting high
Yeah.
because he got that big pink lip thing going on. He had the blunt too close to his mouth. You know, it just burnt the whole bottom of his lip off. This was the last piece of acting this actor ever did in their entire career.
Oh, yeah.
This was
That's
it. They never
probably
did
a
it.
child, Kyle.
Oh yeah,
That's actually
that
Brad
was-
Pitt. Did you know that? That's Brad Pitt as
Oh
a
God!
child.
Don't go back.
I'm sorry, everybody gets the treatment now. Everybody.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh,
the zoom ins. Oh jeez.
careful!
I'm
I'm
sorry,
getting-
but
Why did he
Careful,
smile
Charlie.
like that, knowing that he had a big chip in his tooth right there?
can we
Why
please,
Yeah, I know,
can we
right?
please clock the veneers? Like, good lord, Mark Hamill, please.
I
Oh,
still love you, Mark
Love
Hamill.
him.
Even though you screwed up and did this, I still love you, man.
look at Harrison Ford. Why every picture of Harrison Ford, he just looks like he does not want to be there. Like,
He
why
looks
am I
not
here?
impressed
What
at
I think
all.
is so funny is if you go back and watch, like Harrison Ford is so. I need to stop. Hang on a second. Harrison Ford is not interested and says all of his lines with as much enthusiasm as a wet dishcloth. Mark Hamill, on the other hand, breathed so much vim and vigor and life into that script. Nobody asked for. The director didn't care. The director wasn't interested. It was just Mark Hamill who was like, "I'm gonna be."
Well, you see the difference in career basis.
Why? Yeah,
because
true.
You see Han Solo career skyrocketed. Mark Hamill ended up being a voice actor. You know what I'm saying?
He was in the '90s Flash,
That's not.
and that's
not
all I
enough.
can give you for right now.
Yeah.
I don't know
Thank
a
you.
lot of what he did until now. Like he's
So
in a
much.
new movie with Burt Kirshner. I mean, that's about all I know.
Thank you so much for letting me wax lyrical about one of my favorite Star Wars topics.
Like, you're the only person I've ever heard say that this is one of their favorite Star Wars topics. Everybody else says, this is crap. Why you got this on? Turn this off, please.
No.
Please. Please, I haven't done enough drugs to watch this yet. Like, the only time I've ever watched that and actually enjoyed it, I was like super duper high.
Dude, the first time I watched it, I think I was 12, and I stopped watching it. I was like, nope, no more. I'm done. Like
that will make you not like Star Wars no more. If somebody put that on and said this is Star Wars, you would instantly hate Star Wars forever. You'd be like, I'm never watching any of the other movies if they come out with crap like this.
The concept is wonderful. The execution, questionable.
Questionable.
But I hope that I've given you a bit more of an insight into why it is the way it is. It's not just bad George, bad writing, bad Star Wars. There's so many different reasons why it all comes together, unfortunately, to make something that doesn't quite work.
I'm glad it makes you happy.
Yeah,
but
thank you.
It scares the hell out of me.
Whatever they were on, I want some.
I want some.
That's some next level shit.
That is a great ad for drugs. Like, honestly.
Like, yeah, if you showed that to kids and said, don't do drugs or this is what's going to happen to you, we wouldn't have a drug problem in America or in the world.
You just show baby Chewie, and that sells it. That alone would sell it.
See,
or that picture of his dad.
I don't think baby Wookiees can be cute. I think that's only reserved for Ewoks. I think shrinking a Wookiee down to a child size is just frightening. Whatever happened with Lumpy, and that's fine. We can step over that. But if they tried again,
it'd be a lot cuter.
No,
that was just terrible.
I think somebody said to me that the Gremlins, once they've transformed, are better looking and less scary than Lumpy.
I'd rather party with the Gremlins when they get wet than that. They look like a hoot. He looks like he's going to peel my face off.
They should have the baby Wookiees like born hairless, and that would have made them cuter.
Oh, that's disgusting. That's
no.
No.
Why is that? What? Now I'm envisioning that. Thanks a lot.
What is wrong with you?
It would have looked better than that.
Oh no. Probably not. Probably would have looked a lot worse.
Imagine being the little Wookiee whose fur doesn't grow in like everybody else's, and you're left the naked, teased, and bullied one for years. That'd be me.
Okay, you know what that really reminds me of? If a dog.
Kyle said, "Shut the fuck up, Charlie."
No, if a dog was on The Walking Dead and could turn into a zombie, that's what that was.
Yeah. Yeah.
like I don't know how he was. I mean, it just like, oh no, it's just bad. It's so bad. There's very bad things that I want to say, but I'm trying to keep this halfway okay.
Shall we take a look at this little extra Boba Fett trailer that's been titled Ready? Because I saw it
please.
and I'm excited. Because
I need something nice in my life, please.
You need something. Okay. All the nice things, I promise.
She tricked us. It's just going to be a video of
I
Boba
tricked
Fett
you. It's going to be
of the Christmas special.
The holiday special.
It's the entire 10 minutes of Wookiee conversation with no subtitles.
Oh, please don't make us watch that. Oh.
I'm so excited.
Okay, where's the sound? We ain't got no sound.
I did not realize. I'm so sorry.
Well,
It's
start
that
over.
good. She just was like, she didn't even notice there wasn't sound. She was still in it.
I was fully. I can hear it. Goodness me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she can hear. She forgot to turn on share audio because we're all sitting here like, what the hell?
No.
It's okay. So we all do it.
This is coming out soon.
Yes.
Like,
I am
dude,
aware.
it's just been so long.
It has. I am aware that we are sort of getting the same clips kind of recycled / cut in a slightly different order. But I don't care. I'll watch it. I'll watch all of it 100 times.
I'm just upset. This is the only negative thing that I have about the Book of Boba Fett. And I just think Disney is making a really bad decision on airing it on a Wednesdays. It's like, come on, we know how well The Mandalorian did, and one of those reasons is because it had a Friday spot. People are off work. People get off work. They come home and they get to turn on The Mandalorian. They get to sit down, relax, open a beer, get you a drink or whatever your situation is, and you got to enjoy it. Putting it out on a Wednesday is just, I just think it's a bad idea. I think it's a bad decision on Disney's part.
Well, what kills me about it is like right now they have Hawkeye on Wednesdays. So you're just and Hawkeye's season finale is this coming up Wednesday. And then the following is Book of Boba Fett. Mm-hmm. So you're literally just replacing one with the other. Well,
yeah. A lot of their feedback and a lot of their like ratings, results and stuff, and TV ratings show that Wednesdays is peak. Wednesdays is better than Fridays, even though Mandalorian did so well. Overall, Wednesdays have been performing better.
I don't get why Wednesday. Like, I don't watch anything like.
I think it's because Hawkeye fans don't have jobs, and so they're just watching stuff. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
I actually like Hawkeye. That's
a joke.
I think it's the same idea that, well, people have Wednesday to talk about it, go to work, talk to their friends about it, go home at the weekend, watch it again, and then get hyped for the episode again on Wednesday.
It was the same thing with Loki.
Yeah.
Loki was Wednesdays also, and Loki
was Wednesdays, and it was huge.
Yeah, but in the numbers, did they watch it on Wednesday, or did they just like have? Yeah,
Wednesday?
everybody watched it on Wednesday.
Watched it on the Wednesdays. Yeah,
it's weird because like I'm not watching any TV during the week, dude. Like,
yeah,
I don't watch
also,
anything.
I don't know if this is like, I think it's more an American thing, but a lot of people view Wednesday as like Hub Day, and I think people choose to have it like as like a reward. It's my reward for getting to the middle of the week.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. I look at Wednesday and I'm just like, cool, it's Wednesday. But I mean,
depending on the stage of my life, I had, it didn't matter. I drank every day back in the day. So, I didn't really, but I've never I'm not I have my shows. I watch my shows, and like Book of Boba Fett is going to be one of my shows. That's the show that I'm going to watch. And on this, it sucks because now it's like, all right, you're messing with my schedule. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's in the middle of the week. Like, people don't watch TV no more. 99% of people are on their phones during the week. Get the weekend, you actually get a time to sit down, click on something, watch it, enjoy it. And that was, it's just nice to be able to do that. During the week, we're busy. Everybody got jobs and lives and kids and families and all this stuff. You ain't got time to really sit down and enjoy something like you would want to, on the weekend. And I don't get it. And especially how good Mandalorian did on Friday. Like, honestly, I think if you would have put Mandalorian out on a Wednesday, 90% of the viewership would have been on the weekend. Because they came out on Friday. Most people, Friday night, they were watching it. That's the beginning of your weekend. Mm-hmm. I mean,
with me, like with the Hawkeye thing, I'm going to pull this back up. I literally had to change my schedule around to find a way to watch it. Like, he's one of my favorite characters, but I've had to rearrange my whole Wednesday to make sure I have enough time to watch that episode. And it sucks. I
watched it on the weekends. Like, I like Hawkeye, too. I thought it was a pretty cool little show. I watched it on the weekends. I watch it on Saturday. I watch it Saturday evening.
I agree, Rural Fanboy. There is no way in hell that we're ready for Book of Boba Fett. I don't care when it arrives, what day I can't cope.
It could be aired on a Sunday. I'm still not ready.
Yeah, dude.
I'm excited.
Do we think it? In your opinion, this hype is like the hype for this show is pretty big. They've been talking so much about this show, saying how good it's going to be. Do we think it's going to live up to the hype? Honestly,
I hope so.
Yes,
I hope so, dude.
Yeah.
If it lives up to the hype, it is going to be like amazing.
Because I am very critical about Star Wars content. I am very critical. I like it to be good. I mean, I'm not like one of them just like the Star Wars atheist people that just, just put Star Wars down no matter what. Like, I'm not that person, but I like especially if you build it up to be something that is not, and then I watch it and I'm like, dude, this is not like as good as you said it was. Like, it could still be great, but if it's not as good as the hype that you put behind it, then I'm gonna be like, dude, why didn't you just be the Book of Boba Fett? Everybody's gonna be hyped about it anyway. It's the Book of Boba Fett, one of the most favorite characters in Boba Fett. I mean, in Star Wars. Boba Fett is great. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, like, this would probably be one of the most anticipated Star Wars content that is being put out. This and Kenobi, I think, is the two most things that people wanted
Kenobi's
so
gonna light
long
the world on fire.
for a movie to come out about, and then they decided to put it on TV, and we're like, I don't care. Just give me Boba Fett. Just give me Kenobi. They didn't have to build it up to build up the hype about it as much as they did to me. So they really have to perform well. If not, the fans is just going to be like, this is, what are you talking about? I mean, and you brought in great directors to direct these episodes. I mean, top-notch directors and writers and everybody. So, like, you didn't need to you didn't need to come out and say this is going to be the greatest piece of Star Wars content you've ever seen type thing. You didn't need to do that. It's Star Wars. We're going to love it because it's Star Wars. It's Boba Fett. So why would you build it up to be even bigger than it possibly could be? Now they have no choice but to perform very high, or it's just going to be like, fuck y'all. Excuse my language.
I wonder if this is, again, I'm going to use the Holiday Special as a comparison. I wonder if this is, obviously, like, it's been a while since we've had Mandalorian, and Bad Batch was great, but it was tailored to quite a specific audience versus, like, Star Wars fans and beyond. And I wonder if part of the excess hype for Book of Boba Fett is to remind people that not only is Marvel absolutely popping off at the moment. Hello, Star Wars is still here. Star Wars is huge. Star Wars is iconic. It's your old faves. It's your childhood memories. There's this huge kind of nostalgia push, which is a big part of the marketing, and I think there's a reason for it. Nick brought up a really good point. He said what you guys are saying is that suggesting is that Star Wars fans are a slightly different demographic than Marvel fans, but I think Disney is using this kind of one-size-fits-all approach. If it works for one group, it'll work for the other groups.
That's a good that's a good point, because and that's the problem. We're not the same. We're not the same as Marvel fans. Now, most of us that watch Star Wars like Marvel. Like, I love Marvel. You know, Marvel's great. I love all the stuff that Marvel is doing.
I'm more of a DC fan.
I like DC too, but like certain things, like I'm gonna say I'm a Marvel.
Go any further into your neck.
I'm trying to hide my face.
But at the same time, that we have a different, because we have, like, Marvel for years, all there was comics and cartoons. That's all you got. There wasn't a lot of Marvel movies back in the day.
No.
So now that Marvel's coming out with all these wonderful movies, and some movies like that I'm just not a fan of, you know, that's the difference. I'm a fan of almost every one of the Star Wars films that there is. I will sit back and watch all of them. Even The Last Jedi, and it's not the greatest movie ever, but it's still Star Wars. I will watch that. Marvel, I will not. Like, I'm not a Spider-Man fan. I do not like Spider-Man. I haven't seen none of the Spider-Man since the first three. And the only reason I watched them is because of my kids. I didn't care for them. I don't like Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man's a punk. And
Kyle, I don't think we can be friends anymore.
I'm just not a Spider-Man fan. You know, if somebody said, would you watch the new Spider-Man or The Last Jedi or the holiday special? I picked the holiday special over Spider-Man. Like, I'm just not a big fan.
It's okay.
Now,
so in this situation here, hold on, in this situation right here, you know how you say you can beat Yoda? Is that another scenario where you can just beat up Spider-Man? Is this where this is at?
Kyle versus Spider-Man.
I'm a Sith.
Let's go.
I mean, I'll chop Spider-Man up like in little bitty pieces with my lightsaber.
What were you gonna say, Charlie? I apologize.
To be honest, TJ, it's long gone, disappeared.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well,
That's fair.
real quick. Do we remember when The Mandalorian came out? How, like, Disney Plus literally crashed. Like, Disney Plus didn't work for the first day The Mandalorian came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting, like, something similar to happen, honestly, because of, like, how many people are waiting for this. I think this has a lot of potential. Number one, because Disney Plus literally crashed when Mandalorian came out for the first time. So this has a lot of potential.
Right.
Number
and they
two,
had server problems on season 2 when season 2
They did.
Right.
They did.
Yeah.
And even the actors and actresses, the people at Disney, honestly, sometimes couldn't tell the difference between Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian.
Oh yeah.
With that,
Jessica Biel said that she had no idea.
That's number two. Number three, how much they're keeping under wraps. I mean, for me, the interviews have been huge. They haven't led a lot, but also the trailer. Now, the trailers to me haven't been that exciting just because it seems like they've been the same stuff over and over again. But that leads me to believe that they're keeping something big under wraps, kind of like what's going on in the comments right now. Something big is going to happen under wraps, which could either be the most amazing thing we've seen or it could be a disappointment. But I'm leaning towards the most amazing thing ever because lately with Disney, the surprises have been epic. So
Speaking
what
of,
surprise is coming?
I see it. Now I get it. I understand now. As somebody that's been worked in the industry, I'm seeing why they dropped it on Wednesday. Y'all just explain why they're dropping it on Wednesday. Because it limits the amount of people that are able to watch it all at one time. On a Friday night, most of America, and I'm just saying this in America, I don't know about the rest of the world, but in America, most people have the weekend off. So if you drop it on a Friday night, it crashes the server. You drop it on a Wednesday,
it spaces
people
it
are
out.
it spaces it out. It's going to cause people to watch it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and on the weekend because they ain't going to have the time to watch it during the week. Now it gives them that's a smart move on Disney then.
I wonder, as Nick has put in the comments, I wonder if all of this kind of under wraps idea possibly ties in with a very major rumor that came out this week.
I don't know. What was the rumor?
You don't know the rumor? Harrison Ford is reportedly returning as Han Solo.
But he's going to be. Now this is the thing. There's the rumor. Whoa. So this is a two-thing thing because it's not just a rumor. There's also being confirmed things that he's going to be Han Solo again. Now, is it going to be actually I have the article right here.
Yeah.
Actually,
the article basically is stating by the Express. It says Harrison Ford is returning as Han Solo once again, but in a big change this time. Some people have said that he's coming back to playing Solo 2 as like Han Solo, but done with the deepfake shit going on. Or other people says that he's going to be in the trilogies. It's confirmed that he has said that he will be returning for Star Wars, but what is not confirmed is what he's going to be in. Is he going to be like Kylo Ren, seeing him as the Force Ghost type thing, talking in the Rise of Skywalker? Is it going to be him returning in Solo? Is it like what the project is, or is it just going to be a voice? They're not saying what he is doing. It's just saying that there was in a statement that I guess Harrison Ford made that he said that he would be coming back as Han Solo. Now, that's also rumored that it's never been said because I couldn't find the interview anywhere. I couldn't find him saying this anywhere. But that's supposed to be confirmed that he actually said that. Somebody said that it's confirmed, but this is also going off a third party he say, she say crap. So confirmation that he said based on rumor, but the thing is, nobody knows what he's coming back for.
Here's my thing. The rumors about there were no, like when Luke Skywalker came in the end of Mandalorian, there were like no rumors. They kept that under wraps. So if Disney wanted to keep something under wraps, I think they could do it. So that's why if Han Solo was coming back, I feel like that'd be something they kept under wraps and people wouldn't know about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that discredit the rumor? I don't know. Number two, because Luke Skywalker had the kind of hood, they could create like a whole action scene with Luke Skywalker moving around without having to go too deep into the deep fake. Because the only time you saw his whole face was when he was standing still. There wasn't much going on. Han Solo, you'd have to do the deep fake with him moving around too, with him doing stuff. Which I feel like, don't get me wrong, Disney's not afraid to go do some crazy stuff. But I feel like that'd be kind of tricky.
I agree with you on the fact of that I think if Han Solo was coming back, that Disney would not tell us. I don't think that Harrison Ford or Disney would ever say that Han Solo's come back. We heard nothing about it in The Rise of Skywalker. And the next thing you know, he was standing there talking to Kylo Ren, his son, being on the little thing after him and Rey got done fighting. So is a possibility? It's always a possibility. Now there is things that that Harrison said before that he didn't want to be in Star Wars no more. He was done doing Star Wars after he got done doing this last Indiana Jones film that he was talking about retiring and not acting anymore, and just so. And
Quite rightly so.
So
he's old.
Yeah, he deserves a rest.
I mean, you gotta understand, Harrison Ford is beyond an actor. Dude, he crashed a plane and survived. The dude is a G. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to do anything. He is
Man can make a mean table too.
I mean, and he's done enough acting that, I mean, I think he would be more likely to come back if the right people asked him. But at the same time, I don't believe in the rumors just for the simple fact of that I don't see a purpose for him to come back, or I don't think Disney would tell us. I do not. I think if he comes back, it'll just be he's there. Like, you got to think about other than Carrie Fisher, all the older actors just popped up that they've been bringing back into Star Wars. All the original actors have. You had Billy D. Williams, he just boom, mask off, and then boom, it's Billy D. Williams. You know what I'm saying? You got Luke come back in The Mandalorian, but it's Luke, it's Mark. You had Harrison Ford in the last movie just pop up, like, just he's dead. He's supposed to be done with, and then all of a sudden he was there. So I just don't think that. I don't think that they're going to do that. I think that they would keep it under wraps.
Right. I think that's a good point, what Kyle said about how there's not much of a reason. In Mandalorian, there was a reason to bring Luke Skywalker back because it tied in with the story. I feel like if you bring Han Solo back in Book of Boba Fett, it's more of just like a crowd pleaser instead of like something that would actually fit in the story. Then again, I mean, we haven't seen any of the story yet, so maybe they will set it up good where it would fit in the story. But right now, it would just seem like a money grab, like just to please fans.
Yeah.
Which that would be a pleasing thing. I would be happy to see it.
Like, I'd still be pumped. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
No complaints from
it would need to be
whatsoever.
put into the storyline.
But actually, most of the rumors saying that he's going to be in one of the new movies. He's not. It's not so much rumored that he's going to be in the Book of Boba Fett, which they hit us with the little teaser thing and tried to show us what everybody thought was the Falcon.
No.
And it wasn't even a Falcon. It's just an actual. It's another one of them type ships, the YT, whatever it's called, or whatever the ship is called. It was just another one of those, because it's different. If you look at the bottom, is different. You look at the top, is different. There's some different aesthetics of the ship to let you know that it's not the Falcon. But they put that out there to make everybody go, oh, it's the Falcon, And it's like, so we automatically assume, and that draws more attention. Once again, it draws more attention, and that's what Star Wars and Disney is good at, is building up the hype for and to make you want to come watch things even more.
Since we have sort of gently transitioned, I'm just going to play the news and rumors video because it's, sort of what we gently shuffled into.
Okay, so I guess I'll start this time with I told y'all I was right.
Okay. Okay.
Star Wars Eclipse. Okay,
Oh.
First off, if it does come out, it's going to be 3 to 4 years, which that's a whole lot of time for things to happen.
Right.
But since some new news has came out about the creator
Yep.
of Eclipse, I personally don't believe it's ever coming out. I don't think it was ever going to come out in the first place. I think this was just a bunch of hype to build up anticipation once again on other
why?
things. Well, because the creator, the guy, here, let me bring up the script.
I wrote a little summary.
My thing is, why would you come out with a video this early if it's not going to come out for another 3 or 4 years?
It wasn't even Quantic Dream. It was a Filoni trailer, Favreau, one of them.
Yeah, one of them made the
Yeah.
actual trailer from what the rumor is.
Yeah, the hashtag blackout Star Wars Eclipse was trending on Twitter this morning because you'll see some quotes in the article. The creator of the head of Quantic Dream is not a nice person at all.
He's been in multiple lawsuits for basically discrimination against women's homosexuals, people of ethnic background. 2018, he lost a big lawsuit because of discrimination. And basically,
What, dude?
Twitter is been on fire. It kind of, I noticed it last night, late last night, where they just kind of started just blasting. I guess it started even before that, a couple days ago, where they
So
where they just started
basically
blasting.
fans are killing any hope there even was for the game. Then.
Yeah, and it's all based on, there's been, so basically the production team of the game and everybody from the industry have basically said that this guy isn't like that. But my thing is, if he's not like that, he wouldn't have lost the 2018 lawsuit. You know, there wouldn't have been no
Did
way.
he lose it or did he settle? I haven't even seen this.
It says,
It's
go ahead, Charlie.
Sorry, I think it's also important to remember. I don't know how much diving into the High Republic, particularly the comic books you guys have done, but it is arguably the most queer forward, like LGBTQ community specifically forward comic book series that Star Wars has ever done. It has introduced non-binary characters. It has introduced fully canon and like same-sex relationships, marriage. It's hugely influential within the wider Star Wars canon, and unfortunately, right now, it's being represented by somebody who hates that. Like vehemently detests. He's said some horrible things. It's
So basically, the 2018 thing, it says, let's see, an inappropriate attitude towards female employees specific by the CEO David Cage and co-CEO Gellerman, I can't even say that dude's last name. I ain't even gonna try. But basically, let me see. Where is it at? It says here somewhere right here.
Hold on. If you look though, they sued the French outlet who reported on this for libel, and they won.
They won, but they lost their. I read it somewhere in this damn article, but he lost. Oh man, what's going on? Oh, mouse, quit, stop working. But it's somewhere in this article, but basically he lost the 2018 the lawsuit against them, and then they turn around and sue the outlet that put the article out, and they denied this ever happening. But this is the thing. Oh crap! Oh, okay, sorry, y'all. It went to crap.
It very much has sort of exploded.
But basically,
the fans. I wonder.
Basically, the fans are saying this is inappropriate. You know, we don't even want a game from somebody that has that type of ties. This done been, and this, I guess he's been in multiple. There's been multiple lawsuits against him and multiple accusations against him and the other founder of the company and Star Wars fans are just like, this is unacceptable. You know, we're not going to tolerate this type of thing. So yeah, the fans are also putting it down, but I think that they're putting it down for the right reasons. You know, it'd be different if this was just all allegations and there was no proof or evidence that they ever did this, and you know, it's just allegations. But to lose a lawsuit behind it, that kind of shows that a judge agreed with whatever the situation, and looking at the evidence, you know, the evidence proved to the judge and to the jury, or if they had a jury, or however they did it, that they were guilty of this. And at that point, then you have to look at things and say, okay, is this appropriate? And do we want this part of Star Wars? Because that is the big thing. Do Star Wars fans want this type of thing involved in Star Wars? No. And the majority of the fans would say no. Now, I know there's some fans out there that just, you know, we're going to have hateful fans in any industry, but I think the majority of the fans would say no, and that's why the fans are stepping out and they're saying something about it. Like, what about this guy's background? You know, do we really want a game from this? So that's why they're saying to boycott the game, is because, you know, most of the fans are saying, hey, we don't want this. We don't want something created by somebody that's basically hating on Star Wars fans of different backgrounds and different decisions, and you know, and the way that they do their lives. So we don't want that to be a part of Star Wars.
One of the most Oh,
Go
I'm so
ahead, Charles.
sorry.
No,
One of the
no,
most
go.
beautiful things about Star Wars is how it is inclusive and it is something for everybody. And if it had been one lawsuit, or obviously I'm not aware of the kind of legal fine print and the details, but one lawsuit would maybe you'd sit there and question sort of, well, is that legitimate? But there are multiple lawsuits, multiple kind of collections of evidence towards things that he said, quotes, recordings, like it does not look good. It's quite shocking, actually.
All I've got to say, I'm a lost words. That's why I muted my mic,
When
because
did
I
this
haven't
happen?
had
Right.
any words for this other than this is not okay in any way, shape, or form. This is bad. This is just like the Kathleen Kennedy thing, except for there's lawsuits and a lot of worse things to it.
It's also not good for the gaming climate of Star Wars as
No.
it stands at the moment, and that's quite distressing.
It's just
All we
another
want-
empty promise that
I think it's
is
not
just
good
killing
for
us.
it's not good for Star Wars at all. I think the whole point of Star Wars is to get away from all this drama and to go into a fantasy world and forget about the problems of the real world. I think that's
Yes.
one of the reasons we have Star Wars. And we continuously have this drama with Star Wars, and it's not good for Star Wars, dude. It
No.
just sucks. You know what I
Well,
mean? Like
you
the
look at
whole
Star
reason
Wars.
we go into this fantasy world is so that we don't have to deal with this stuff. And it's sad that it keeps coming up. You know what I mean?
There
Not, and
seems
I'm not.
to be.
No. I'm not like saying that like we shouldn't fight against bad things in the world.
No.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying like it sucks that these have to keep being intertwined and that we can't escape into this awesome universe
Yeah.
Well, that's one of
without
the
leaving
reasons.
this crap behind.
If you look at like Star Wars could have been, based on something totally different. We couldn't have all these different alien species and all this different type of stuff, Like, how can you really be racist in Star Wars and there's millions of different species, even though race does come up in the actual movies and in the actual canon and stuff, because you have like you have the Palpatine and the Sith. They don't like other species, and they're more of, even though they were a totally different species, but they're more based on humanoid. They want humanoid combatants. They want humanoid stormtroopers. They want more humans. Even Thrawn was cast out to the very edges, and he was their best commander. He was cast out to do the edge of the galaxy type thing. So there's been racism within Star Wars and sexism and stuff like that, but it was based on more of a fighting against them type of things. That's what Hope is about. Fighting against the segregation and depression and, fighting against the Empire was about that.
Preach.
And Star Wars was about being like everybody's accepted. And to have a video game creator come out knowing that he is a bad person. Now, I don't know this man personally. I don't know if any of this stuff is real or not. So I don't want to put him down because I don't know him personally. So I don't know what he's doing. This is all allegations from people I don't know or any of that stuff. But this is something that I just feel is unacceptable in the Star Wars universe if he is doing that. And I think that the fans will make a statement and say, if this is what you are doing, we don't want you to be a part of this. And we'll see what happens from there.
My only thing, I agree. I like personally, I want to do more like research and make sure like that this stuff is legit. Because like, I mean, in the world we live in, we are quick to like jump on people.
Very quick.
And like if he did it rightly so, like jump on him all you want. Like if he is, bad creator, then yeah. But we are a little quick, so I just would want to make sure that like this is legit before completely condemning it all and saying we
No,
don't
absolutely.
So is this?
I'm not condemning anything. I'm just
a very
giving
fair and balanced position.
I'm just giving the information out to the people that are listening, so when other people see it, they might not have came across this yet.
Right.
That's our job as a Star Wars podcast and as a Star Wars show is to give out the information. I'm not casting judgment on anybody because I don't know the situation. I'm just saying that this has been streamed. This is what's happening on Twitter. This is the articles that came out so far, or the latest article that had came out. And it's just, if it is happening, it's unacceptable. And if it isn't happening, hey, I feel sorry for this guy because he's getting bashed for no reason.
Right. But if we look, right, and I agree. I just think like Nick said in the comments, I feel like because Disney's already had problems like this in the past with like Gina Carano thing, I feel like they would be a little bit hesitant to give them the contract in the first place if this
But
stuff
that's
had
another
been
thing. Is
made
there an
aware.
actual, and this comes back to what I said last week or when we did the Eclipse video. Is this actually even a thing?
Right.
You know,
That's true. That's true.
there's been some rumors coming around that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau made the video, and it was meant to be put out to be a hype thing. You know, and it's just a rumor, but you know that's it. It could be a possibility. We have been led with a lot of hype lately about projects that are not coming out. Kathleen Kennedy did it. I mean, she basically said they never even read a script for the Rangers of the New Republic. They never did anything. There was no storyboards or anything. There's nothing to it. It was all hype. So was this put out as a hype thing to keep Star Wars fans talking and being hopeful for a game that we're never going to see? And this is the backlash because they knew this guy wasn't crap, and they knew if they said this that it was going to go and this was never going to happen. Like I said, I want the game in my hand before I accept that a new game is coming out. Even though I don't play video games, you know, and that's why when I labeled the last video that we did, or the last week's video, Hope or Hype, is because it's based on there's a lot of hype that has to do with Star Wars. And it sucks as fans that we have to endure this because we don't know what's real or not. But it is also a good way to keep Star Wars fans talking, keep people. It's a good marketing strategy to keep people talking, keep people invested.
But you gotta back it up. That's the thing.
So we don't know if this was just a hype or was this actually something that was going to happen. And we won't know because in all reality, we can bash it all we want. But if they still come out with it, I guarantee people are going to be playing with it if it's based on what we seen in that trailer. Because that trailer was dope. People will go and buy it and people will play it. You know, and especially because fans have been waiting so long for a video game to be released. The other thing is 3 to 4 years of wait time to begin with. Like that came out like the day after the Eclipse trailer came out. So
like, I feel like it's going to die. It's too far in the future. And that's a good point that, like, because it's so long and because Disney, like, just because Star Wars games are rumored all the time, it's a very convenient that this is coming out, that it gives Disney an easy out if the game doesn't come out.
Okay, so
you know what I mean? It
can
gives them
I just say something
reason.
about this real fast? Is it the owner of the company or is it a creator of the company?
The owner of the company.
He's the CEO.
So why are we blaming, yes, the creator or the owner? POS. All I gotta say, POS. Are we gonna blame the creators that work for that company?
So not necessarily the creators, but it's important to remember that with a lot of the things that he said, he speaks about the company as if he is the company, and he encompasses all of the people that work for him into those statements, and it comes across as very myself and my company feel this, and it.
Well, okay, so I understand going after him if it's all
that's
true.
why
I understand
would
that completely.
assume.
Well, we do have to realize that at certain points in time, there was allegations against George Lucas. There was allegations against Disney, which them allegations were proven. You know, there's been allegations against pretty much anybody that is in a position of power within the entertainment industry. At some point or another, there's going to be some type of allegations.
Right.
So
it's
we
pretty
can't
impossible to please everyone.
Yeah,
it is.
I feel bad because like all these employees are sitting there, and I'm pretty sure 95%. There's probably a 5% that agree with the owner because they want to kiss his ass, plain and simple. But 90% of those people, I truly believe if this is a real thing, don't agree with what he believes, and you gotta ask the questions to those people, not the CEO. He can go pound sand for all I care.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the point of what point do you separate the art from the artist? Because you can do those things, you can do those two things, but it's also potentially about setting aside some of your own kind of moral compass, feelings and thoughts to absorb and enjoy the thing that's come from it. Not that I'm going to get into it because this isn't related to the podcast, but it's very, very similar to the Harry Potter situation. Do you separate the art from the artist? Do you separate this beloved, hallowed thing against somebody who is literal scum? Like, what are you supposed to do? Speaking of not good for Star Wars, I'm going to gently segue us because Garrison and I had a very juicy conversation last week about the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel.
Oh God, again.
I have a couple of theories, so I will entertain you. The two titans of Disney at this point are Bob Iger and Bob Chapek. I think I've pronounced that correctly. Chapek. We all know that the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel is empty, bare, like dead, bears no real resemblance to what we understand and love about Star Wars. Bob Iger has always been about the magic of Disney. It's always about what the customer wants, what is best for the parks, what's best for the company. He wants to make us happy. Chapek, budget cuts, less money spent the better. And it really does feel like when you look at it, Chapek is head of the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel project. He's been head of it since the beginning because Iger is being phased out and going into retirement. I've got a really funny feeling that they're going to strip this in 6 months and turn it into something else because Chapek believes that you milk the product until it is dead. You milk it till it's dry and dead and empty, and then you move on. Whereas Iger was very much about preserving the magic and preserving the joy.
Well, you got to think, if Iger got a hold of it, I believe he was a part of Galaxy's Edge itself.
Yes, he was.
So, and he made it so beautiful. And Garrison can attest to this. It is immersive. It is like you literally step into an actual universe, just like the Harry Potter land, just like anything that has a true touch to it. The fact that they didn't have Iger on this starship shows that they are just about money. And it sucks because they have potential to do something so glorious, so memorable, something that people would actually pay the money for if it was worth it. But after watching that video and discussing it last week and seeing everything, it literally looks like I built this with $100 and some paint.
Yep.
And that's just terrible.
They are going to gut it, and it's going to become like the Disney space experience, or
I'd go to the Smithsonian if I wanted.
Or they'll completely redo it.
Yeah, or they'll completely redo it. It depends entirely.
I was reading an article earlier, and I'm looking for it now, that they basically, and it was from was it on?
Wow.
Let me think. But basically, that they're canceling it. They're canceling the entire park already. Let me see if I can find it.
Because 70% of
if you can find
it jumped up to like 78.2% of people have wanted a return on their money. That is literally nobody's going. I wouldn't keep it if I was to open something and everybody's anticipating it and they saw it and 78.2% of people wanted their money back and the damn thing's not even open, I would shut it down myself. Due to the fact that I have pissed so many people off with something I love. This
is the thing, though. Chapek doesn't care about that. He doesn't care how we feel. He's not interested in whether we like it or not. It's about making the money. So I think he would rather shut it down than see it fail.
Mm-hmm. And with like I said, with 78% of people pulling out of it, I would shut it down too. I'd delete any evidence. I don't know what you're talking about. Kind of approach to it.
Royal Fanboy says that the Halocon looks as it does. It was built 200 years before anything we're familiar with. No, it looks like the Battlestar Galactica ship. It is exactly the same.
Nope.
It's
honestly,
I don't know
it sucks. I wish this should have been Iger's like one last thing, kind of like a hoorah kind of deal, like goodbye, thank you for all your work. This should have been his last project. It would be Star Wars if he got a hold of it. It would be Star Wars.
At the end of the day, I think it's a trade-off. I think it's either if we hadn't gone with Disney, we have a lot fewer Star Wars, but most of them are good. We can count on whatever Star Wars that comes out is going to be at least good, right? With Disney, you have a lot more Star Wars coming out, and it's really hit or miss.
Yeah,
well, and I think that's the trade-off we just got to accept with Disney.
Absolutely.
Well, we also got to look at the fact of that. Even when Disney taking over Star Wars, most of the content has not been bad.
No.
With the theme park right now is great, but this hotel is like the big failure. Like Disney hasn't done bad. The movies weren't bad movies. They should have been their own standalone movie. It shouldn't have been a part of the original trilogy or the original Star Wars. It should have been something that was separated, that they separated it and made it different. Because even though it kind of followed the storyline, it took you in a different direction that wasn't part of the original trilogy. That didn't really lead with, like, if they would have led with Luke and the Skywalker and Leia and based it on them, it would have been all right. But when they went to Rey and Ben and stuff like that, it kind of sent it in a different direction, which made it feel well. They're not bad movies. Like standalone movies or a separate trilogy.
So Force Awakens, when the Force Awakens came out, I was intrigued. I was happy. I was like, cool, this is a good movie. I like the Force Awakens. I can openly say that I think if they were going to start off, that was a way to start off. It was the second and third one where they just sank. They had so much potential. They had so much, like Finn. Finn should have been a Jedi, plain and simple. But it just plummeted and it sucked. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the beauty behind The Last Jedi. I do. There's so much color.
Aesthetically, it's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
They're story, not bad. This is the thing. They're not bad movies. The content hasn't been bad. Solo wasn't bad. Rogue One wasn't bad. None of these movies were bad movies. The season 7 of the Clone Wars wasn't bad. You know, it wasn't. The content hasn't been the Star Wars content, and sometimes we let these things bleed together as Star Wars in a whole, and it's not that, because Disneyland, you go to Disneyland, Disney World, and you go to Galactus Edge, and you know it's amazing. They're amazing experiences. To watch the content is amazing experiences. But then we let this one thing, The Mandalorian, come on. The Mandalorian recreated Star Wars for us.
Oh, yeah.
The Bad Batch was not bad. It was a good cartoon. It was just set for a different set of people because some people just don't like the cartoon. They don't like none of the cartoons.
I mean.
And then you go to, we get this one bad thing in Galactic Star Cruiser that looks like crap, and we start putting, as fans, down Disney and Star Wars, and it's not Disney and Star Wars. This is just one piece of crap that somebody just decided that they were going to do, and they didn't put no time and effort into it and really do it.
Right.
And like go ahead.
No, I just think at the end of what you're saying, like at the end of the day, Disney has the potential to do great things, and they have the potential to kind of fall short. And I think what it comes down to is in the comments is their planning. When they set out and they plan something a lot and they have it planned out, like in Mandalorian, it turns out flipping amazing and just awesome. But when there's a little bit of lack of planning with how dismembered and conjointed the sequels were, or this, you know, because the planning wasn't the best in that.
No, I agree.
And then the planning for this new hotel, just when there's not a lot of planning, it shows, right? Yeah. So if Disney sets out and they plan it all out, it goes great. But when planning slips, I think the delivery slips. And so that's what I think it comes down to.
Well, and you also got to remember, we had the original Star Wars and the prequels. You had George. George was the top person. He was creating. He told everybody else what to do. Star Wars in Disney has multiple people working on multiple different things. There's not one person that is really in control. Not even Kathleen Kennedy is really in control of all the different things that is happening within Lucasfilm and Disney. So when you have a lot of people, it's the old saying, you have too many chiefs and not enough Indians. And that's what we're seeing within the Disney part of Lucasfilm. We're seeing all these people planning all these different things, and they're bringing all this different content and games and Galactic Star Cruisers and movies, and they're working on some TV shows, so many different projects. You got so many different people that are doing so many different things. And then Kathleen Kennedy gets the quick glance at something and say, okay, this sounds like a good idea, and pushes it on, and then they start doing it. And then you got somebody else, and then sometimes it goes to Disney because it's a Disney project, and it's not, even though it's under the Lucasfilm banner, it's still a Disney project. You got Disney people doing it. You got too many people doing too many different things, and stuff is going to slip by. It's just going to happen. And everything that you create cannot be great. That's just the reality. Guaranteed, if you put out 8 things, 3 of them things is going to be bad. That's just common statistics.
Yeah.
So at least it's a Galactic Star Cruiser and not the Book of Boba Fett or something like that.
True.
You know, we got to trade off here.
But I think there's a lot. Oh, sorry, Charlie, you go first.
Thank you. I like Nick's point that it takes the Disney are taking the exquisite corpse approach. Do you guys remember that game you played as a kid where you'd fold a piece of paper like 4 times and someone would draw a head and someone would draw a body and someone would draw legs and someone else would draw some feet? That's what's happening.
Yeah, you just got to throw.
They have no idea what's come first, but they're going anyway.
Literally, they're just trying new things to see how people react to those things. If it does good, they keep it. If it doesn't do good, they throw it out.
Yeah,
and that's what a lot of major corporations do. You got to even think of like Hasbro and stuff like that. How many toys come out that just don't sell and they chuck it? You know, it's just not a big thing. You know, they drop thousands of products and then they say the ones that stick will keep on the shelves and the one that don't we just chuck to the side.
Yep.
That's what major corporations do. And Disney is one of the biggest corporations in the world. So everything that we get is not gonna be perfect and great.
I feel with Kathleen Kennedy, you got to think though, with the success of The Mandalorian, she's really riding on these TV shows. So I don't think she's like you were just saying. I don't think she's focusing really on the other stuff, the cruiser, the anything else other than the TV shows. She's really banking on the TV shows to bring the popularity back. So with the video games, there's not a lot of focus there. It's that sounds great. Oh, that's the guy. Okay, cool. Let them do it. They're a big company. Oh, cool. That guy, he's done a lot of Disney stuff for parks and stuff. Okay, cool. Let him do it. Not realizing what she's doing because she's really wanting Obi-Wan, Andor, Boba Fett, all these shows that are coming to bring the success back. And I think that's what I think is bad. I think that's why even if you just bring George in as an advisor, I think he would do it. I think he would. I think he would be great as an advisor. And I think he would like. I think he would do it because he's not fully invested. You don't think so?
I don't think he would do it for one reason, because Star Wars is his baby, so he would want to be in control. He's not going to sit back and just want to advise somebody else. Plus, he's made it a perfectly good. He's made it well known that he is trying to live and enjoy his life now. Now, somebody asked him a question. I guarantee he watches everything. He said he loved The Mandalorian. I mean, there's many reactions.
They got him on set. They have him on set.
And I think he does advise to a certain point, but I think he keeps his distance for a very good reason, because he knows how invested he will become if he tries to come back in, even in a little role. I think they bring him in, him and Dave, him and John are all friends.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Kathleen. Kathleen worked for him for years. So I think that's one of the situations that, when they call him and say, what do you think about this? He's going to give them an honest opinion. He might show up on set. Let me check this out. Let me see. And a lot of it has to do with him showing up on set just because of the new technologies that they're using. That's amazing to him. He's always been a big component of bringing new stuff. We wouldn't even have cell phones if it wasn't for George Lucas. So, when you look at things like that, he's always going to be a part, but I don't think that he wants to step into a true advisor position to advise over everything that has to do with the whole company. I don't think he would do it. It would take away from what he's trying to do, is be, retired. He was smart enough to came out with 3 excellent movies, 2 cartoon series that were probably some of the best cartoons that ever came out, and let's get out of here. He got all these companies, because you got to understand they're still using ILM. ILM is still part of Lucasfilms, and but he still got he still got the ranch. He still got all this other stuff that has to do with Star Wars that is not part of Lucasfilms.
I plan on going to the ranch when I go to Disneyland. I plan on making that stop and then going to Disneyland. Like, it's the ranch is a goal. Like, a photo in front of that fountain Yoda is a goal. I'm just saying that now. I figured we should bring up something lively and light. So, Disneyland dropped a new lightsaber.
What?
Yep.
Not another one. Please.
Legacy Sabers dropped another saber. So everybody's been a lot of Darth Maul fans have been requesting this.
Oh.
So in season 7, if you look closely, it's one part is still Maul's original saber, but it's the other half that we haven't really gotten to play with. This retails at Galaxy's Edge for $250. On Amazon right now, it is $380.
That much of a price difference?
Yes. Right. The cool part about the saber, and I'm probably going to buy this impulsively because I want it. And honestly, that saber is amazing. You can see the kyber crystal when it ignites.
You can. That is a gorgeous feature. I think that's such a lovely touch for lightsabers.
Oh yeah, because with any other lightsaber, like these legacy sabers, you can't tear apart. You can't do anything with them. No. You can't buy 2 of these sabers and put them together. It doesn't work like that.
Nope. You also probably can't buy 2 anyway. I'm guessing it's like limited to 1 per person kind of thing.
So they made 500 for each park and then put some on Amazon for sale. You can get on eBay and pay cheaper for them. I've already looked.
Yeah.
I can pay $240 for one on Amazon.
Gosh.
Hey Dylan, it's Darth Maul's season 7 lightsaber. So you have the one side that's the original from his original lightsaber, and then the other side where he took Asajj Ventress's and 2 other lightsabers and made the other half of his double-ended lightsaber. Yeah. And it's Christmas time.
It is Christmas time. Have there been any last-minute drops?
Yeah, Hasbro really got a hold of this, and they saw the success last year. They have dropped 9 of these Christmas.
9.
9 of them. There are 9.
Right.
You have an all-white list. You have an all-white Chewie. You have a Scout Trooper. You have Boba Fett, Mando, I believe IG-11, with his bandoliers are not bandoliers, they're Christmas wreaths.
Aww.
Really cool. Grogu in his little sweater with Mando. I mean, it's amazing. And a couple other Mandalorians. Thank you, Hasbro. I'm already broke as is for Christmas shopping for 2 little ones. I'm just going to even be more broke. It's fine.
Also been a new Bo-Katan helmet dropped by Black Series, and it looks absolutely stunning. We've got the classic white Stormtrooper, and whilst part of me considered getting Mando's helmet, but I think I might have to treat myself and get Bo-Katan's because it's so beautiful.
There's a Death Watch helmet also.
Is there?
Yes, it is at GameStop. So GameStop has dropped a lot. Like, there's a Mandalorian wireless charger. I already have the Millennium Falcon. I almost bought a wireless charger of Mando's helmet.
Speaking of wireless, there's a new Boba Fett Xbox controller. I don't know if you guys are specifically PlayStation versus Xbox, but it's
amazing.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Christmas is going to make me broke.
Yeah. Oh, we have to do a show at New Year where we show everybody what Star Wars presents we got.
I'm getting no Star Wars presents.
Well, if you gave me your address, you would have Star Wars presents, but someone doesn't celebrate Christmas.
I ain't getting no Star Wars presents because I spent a lot of money on video and audio equipment.
That's
my
fair.
wife is like, you ain't getting crap. Don't even ask for nothing. Don't even act like you want to ask for anything. The money that I spent.
Tori and I went Christmas shopping for the kids, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, that's a cool Star Wars. She's like, put it in the cart. You can't have it until Christmas. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's cool. Where's the fun in that?
The little one asked for like a Grogu backpack and pajamas and a little stuffed Grogu. And then I saw this shirt that I hadn't seen. We went to Kohl's. Thank you, Kyle.
Kohl's is
awesome. Amazing. Amazing.
Marshall's has a bunch of stuff too. Go to Marshall's. Marshall's or Kohl's. Marshall's has a bunch of Star Wars stuff. That's why I got my puzzles and a bunch of shirts and.
Yeah, it's right over Charlie's head because they don't have that over there. When we all go to Galaxy's Edge, we will definitely take you to a Marshall's and a Kohl's.
Yeah, can you guys take me on a grand American tour of all of these weird shops that I've never heard of and never walked in? The closest I have come, I've been into a Walmart and a Publix. That's it. That's the extent of my American supermarket.
Publix is in.
Yeah, what's Publix? Is that an Eastern Seaboard thing, Kyle?
Yeah, it's on the East
Coast.
Okay.
It's Florida. Right. As I can see Garrison's soul leaving this mortal plane out of his ears, shall we move on to the quiz? Should we do the quiz? Should we do the quiz?
Well, yeah, we can do the quiz, or we can do.
You were
what if.
disappearing, my dude. You were not. You were
Do
not.
we
in
have
the
a
room.
what if today, guys?
Yes, we have a what if. I
Oh,
always
we have a what if. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, I have a what if.
Oh, I'm excited.
Okay, are y'all ready? Are y'all really ready?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yes.
It only takes one decision to decide the direction of the galaxy. A decision that will influence the outcome. But if that decision went the other way, reality as we know it would change forever. The galaxy would be on a different course. Things that have happened would cease to exist. A new narrative would be etched into creation. So we are going to analyze those other possibilities when we ask, what if?
Okay, so today I got a doozy for y'all.
A doozy.
Yes, a doozy. What would have happened if Jango Fett wouldn't have died that day?
Oh, CJ, go before you explode out of your chair.
Oh my god, so much would have happened! So much! I'm so sorry for the yelling. There's so much. The cloning would have continued. Oh my god! He probably would have been successful with Padme's kill. There's so much here in my head about that. I've really thought about this. I'm gonna shut up now. I'm sorry.
See, I kind of thought of like, my original thought was Boba Fett would become like even better than he already was, just because he would have had a lot more time to train with his dad.
Yep.
The Empire could have. I could see like they could have kept going with the clones because they could have made a fresh batch that listened to the Empire. But then again, like I don't see how they would need to. I feel like the Stormtrooper force was.
They wouldn't have had to phase them out. That's the thing. The only reason why they were phasing is because they couldn't. That's why they wanted Omega. Just think if Jango wouldn't have went, Palpatine could have just continued it on his own. He's got his own money. He's got his own thing. And just think, if Jango goes, you have Boba to continue that lineage. The only reason why they didn't continue is because Boba, after Jango was killed, didn't get to continue it.
And I disagree with that because I think one of the reasons the Empire phased it out was because it's easier to control a population when you have soldiers from that population. You have their family who doesn't want to rebel against the Empire. You have those soldiers who have been indoctrinated to believe that the Empire is a good thing. If you have a completely cloned fighting force, then you have a bigger population that you need to control with that fighting force.
Well, this was kind of a thought process. Like, how many of the actual clones are still in there? Like, because they changed, they're all wearing masks. We don't know who is who. We don't know if they're a clone. We don't know if they're a stormtrooper. They could still be clones. The clones could have been put into a whole different thing. I think if Jango, I think it would actually been a bad thing. I think that by him dying, it allowed Boba Fett to become the best bounty hunter that there was, and to be able to be anywhere, because he had to learn from a lot of different people, so he had a lot of different techniques. So I think that with Jango being around, I think Boba would have been more stuck in a certain way. Like, you have to do it this way. Not to say that Jango was bad at all, because Jango was pretty dope.
I mean, how many Jedi dead because of Jango? A lot.
You get Boba would have been just. I think Boba would have been a different person, and I don't think he would have been the character, and I don't think that the Mandalorians would have got the recognition that they got within the industry. I don't think we would have Mandalorian right now if it wasn't for the fact that Jango died and created Boba. So I think that there's a lot of different things. If Jango would have stayed around, I think that we wouldn't have had the Mandalorian. I think that they would have phased out that type of person. I don't think Boba would have really been that big. All this, that was like the principle to bring all them people into reality and make. Boba was already big from the movie, but he wasn't. I think all of that, bringing him back into the fold in the prequels, is what sent him skyrocketing above everybody when it came to Star Wars, except Vader, because everybody loves Vader the most. But I think that would have been the I think that was one of the key factors that put everything into place. So without Boba dying, I don't think we would have got a lot of the content that we had today. That's my personal thought.
That's fair.
Story-wise, I think that Django would have did a whole different thing, and I think that he would have just been out there just killing multiple Jedis just because he could, because he.
And think about it, if he had more control of the clones, because they're going to be convinced by him, he could have had his own squadron of Jango Fett's running around. He could have went and seized Mandalore by him damn self with some clones. Like he could have. Oh man, there's so much. I think about this a lot actually. Like
You don't.
So much goes on here. So much.
Charlie, what do you think?
I was contemplating this while you guys were talking. My theory is maybe a little softer, a little more wholesome. I wonder if, upon surviving the Battle of Geonosis, would Django have become even more disillusioned than he already was, taken Boba and just left, like done a Yoda and just gone into exile and just taken him and his boy and just raised him and just been together and taught him to be a bounty hunter. And maybe they went off their separate ways, but I think maybe with what was happening and the kind of climate around them, he would have wanted to take him and go and just be with his child. You see clearly how much he loves Boba, and obviously that's a very sort of soft, sparkly alternative version. But hey, I'm a softie.
He loves
For me,
Boba,
I think Jango. I think Jango Fett was a little bit less of a bounty hunter than Boba. Boba was strictly for money. Like he didn't really side with Vader. It was more about the money. Jango kind of sided with Dooku. I mean, it was a little bit out of necessity because Obi-Wan was after him. But it seemed like he kind of sided with him. And money was part of it, but it seemed like he was a lot more invested than just financially.
Yeah.
I think
that's just how it seemed.
I believe it was a 60-40. I think 60 money, 40 himself.
Well, you gotta think how much he got paid to be the head, the template for the clones. So he got paid a bunch of money. But I think I do agree with you that he was a little bit invested into Dooku because he's standing there like he didn't even need to be there. Like he had no reason to be there at all. He could have left. He could have went anywhere he wanted to. You know,
he had a jetpack. He could have just swooped up Boba and got the hell out of there.
Just grabbed him by the scruff of his neck.
Then,
we're going. Bye.
Because he was more invested in Dooku, would he have been there if he wasn't killed on Geonosis? Would he have been there when him and Anakin and Obi-Wan were fighting on the ship when they were trying to save Palpatine? And could he have made a difference in Dooku being killed? That would have changed the progression of the entire films. Because he probably would have been there because he was invested with Dooku. Because, like, why is he there on Geonosis? Because Dooku is basically, he's been a pawn of Dooku for a while. Because Dooku had to find him and brought him to have the clones made. Or at least that's the impression that we had. So that could have went a lot of different places. I mean, there's
in the Bounty Hunter game, I don't know if any of you have played it.
Dooku
set out.
No, I haven't played it. Why would you?
I know you have. I'm talking about Garrison and Charlie. I'm not directing it at you. So in the game, Dooku went under Tyrannus and turned around and set up a huge bounty, and the top bounty hunter that got it was to be subscribed as the cloner, the donor for the clones. For, obviously we know the clones for that reason. At the end of the game, Dooku won the bounty. Or not Dooku. Jango won the bounty, turned around, met him on a planet, and that's how it all started. So if maybe the money's what changed him, like Garrison was saying, he was more money and a little bit of the bounty. I think the fact that he wasn't going to find somebody to settle down with, and the fact that he has an opportunity to make another one of him that he could raise better and actually have a father figure around. I don't think Boba would have been as cold-hearted as he was on bounties. I don't think he would have been as we could. Yeah, I think
I got another what if question for y'all right quick. This will blow your mind. Do you think that Boba would have tried to kill Vader if he knew that Vader was the one that or that Anakin was the one that killed Mace Windu, and he wanted to kill Mace Windu so bad.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you killed Mace, and I didn't get to do it. Wow.
Oh, would have wrecked him. Oh,
Okay.
He would have just went ham.
Okay. We're getting off topic a little. Well, not really. It's still on topic. Let's get to the quiz.
Go on then.
Where's the button?
The button.
Well, now, you insufferable want rats, it's time for Charlie's Impossible Quiz.
We'll never get tired of that.
I speak along to it.
You too?
Right. I mimic the hell out of it.
Question number 1 of Charlie's Impossible Quiz. Who is the current leader of the Bounty Hunters Guild?
The current leader of the bounty right now?
Right.
Yeah,
now.
right now.
Of the
Kathleen
bounty
Kennedy.
Kathleen Kennedy.
I
No.
mean, in all fairness, he's not wrong. I mean,
of the Bounty Hunters Guild.
CJ?
Grief Karga.
Yes.
Yeah.
1 point for you. Congratulations.
Finally,
That's
I
what we
didn't
like
get
to
crap
see.
last
Hot
week.
off the press this week.
Oh,
Hot
you
off
mean
the
like
press.
currently in?
Yeah.
Okay. Because like I mean, currently could be during the sequel era, and that's like way later. So, I'm just kidding.
There is no there. I don't think there is a Bounty Hunters Guild in the sequel era. So,
Oh, there got
Question.
There's always going to be bounty hunters.
Oh,
question number 2: Who manufactured the assassin droid IG-88?
Oh, I remember
Crickets.
this. Yeah. No.
Who manufactured the assassin droid IG-88?
I don't know.
I can't think of it.
Stark Industry.
Stark Industries.
Right.
Wonderful. Is this a crossover episode? The answer as to who manufactured the assassin droid IG-88: Hollow One Laboratories.
That sounds like a doctor's office.
It does sound like a doctor's office or a company that like Obi-Wan runs in his
Lavatories.
spare time.
Right, just a side business. He's got to keep up, you know.
Obi-Wan and Hollow One Laboratories. That's a bad pun. Question number 3. What is the name of Cad Bane's ship?
Which one? He's had 3.
I will take any.
Okay.
Justifier?
Yes. There you go. Nice. Question.
Yeah, pop that wrist so you can type faster, Garrison.
Right.
Question number 4. What is the first rule of the Bounty Hunters Code?
The first rule of the Bounty
Don't talk,
Hunters Code.
talk about Hunter's Code.
No. CJ?
Oh, dang it.
No questions asked.
Nope. Kyle, any guesses?
Give me the money.
Give me the money. Give me all your money. No, the first rule of the Bounty Hunters Code is no bounty is worth dying for.
Okay.
Oh, duh.
I knew that was one of the rules. I just didn't think that was the first rule. I have the book.
Yeah, see, Jango Fett broke that rule.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah,
Totally broke that rule.
straight up, he broke that rule. Question number 5. What is the bounty hunter Bosk's full name?
Bosk Lizard Man.
Oh, Bosk Nask or something, right?
If you can give me the whole thing, you get the point. But
Oh, I thought it was Bosk Nask.
no.
There's more to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
DJ, any guesses?
No.
It's
No?
Bosk Lizard Man.
Bosk's full name is Bosk's Wasak Kradosk with no spaces. It's all one word. Bosk Wasak Kradosk.
Bosk
Oh,
Wasa.
then.
Bosk Wasak Kradosk.
That sounds like a sound that I would make when I was younger playing with a lightsaber.
It sounds like you're clearing your throat. Bosk Kradosk.
It's a bad
how they
cough.
pronounce
It's a
it.
bad cough. No big deal.
Question number 6.
Weird.
How old was Jabba the Hutt when he died?
We talked about this.
We did talk about this indeed.
I'm going to guess
CJ?
roughly about
Let Kyle guess real fast.
600 years old.
CJ?
700.
Carrison?
I'm with Kyle, 600.
Yeah, you both get a point. 604 years.
Oh, okay.
Let's go, Kyle.
I'm just gonna sit at 1 point. I'm okay with that.
That is absolutely okay. I am
surprised
proud
I got
of you.
a point. I haven't got a point.
Question number 7. What is the name of the high security prison on Coruscant?
Oh, there's a whole Clone Wars episode about this. The Citadel.
Nope.
Oh. Okay.
The Citadel is on a different planet.
Is there even the detention center?
The detention center. Oh, so close. So the full name is what I was looking for. It is
Galactic. The Galactic Detention Center.
No, it is the Republic Judiciary Central Detention Center. So Garrison was closest, I would argue, possibly.
Oh, that doesn't even count, though.
Question number 8. What classic spaghetti western character inspired Cad Bane?
Okay, so one more time.
The character?
What classic spaghetti western character inspired Cad Bane?
Oh, the character. I thought you were talking about the show itself.
No. A classic spaghetti western character.
I can tell you the actor. I don't know the character's name. Outlaw Josie Webb.
Oh, is it the guy from Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
Can you tell me what that character's name is?
But I don't know it.
I can't. I don't remember his name.
Just because you got the name of the film, I will give you the point.
Really?
It is the character Angel Eyes, played by Lee Van Cleef in the 1966 film The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
The hat says it
I love that movie so much. I'm surprised I didn't remember his name.
Oh my gosh, the hat.
Nice job, Garrison. Nice job.
I love
He's
that
on
guy.
fire today.
This next question requires a little bit of looking. I may have to zoom in for you guys. Who, when it decides it wants to work, who is this character here? Who is this bounty hunter in the background? What is this bounty hunter's name?
No idea.
Just so the listeners know, we're looking at a photo of Rey and 2 random ass aliens. Just saying.
This is the scene where Rey is collecting the money for her scavenge pieces, and in the back of that queue, there is a bounty hunter. Can anybody tell me what their name is?
Athgar Heath.
How do you know that? Did you just Google it?
No, it's on the top of the picture that you.
Oh, it is!
I would now like to leave and.
Oh God! Oh, that's a good one.
Okay,
the name is
I'm
right
gonna
there.
describe this to the listeners real fast. So Charlie pulls up this photo. It's on an Apple MacBook, I believe. And at the very top, it tells you the description of the photo: Agar Heath and Rey on Jakku.
I hate myself. I hate myself.
Do I get the point?
Yes.
That was great. That was the best thing ever. I think that was the best moment. That got to go into the greatest moment.
Oh, that was so good
too. Oh my gosh. I hate myself. I hate myself.
It's been like 200 quiz questions, and that's one mistake out of 200. It was bound to happen eventually. It was bound to happen eventually.
I mean,
yeah, Garrison is correct. A male Dibrithian bounty hunter who operated out of Nema Outpost during the time that Rey was on Jakku. Question number 10. Question moving gently on. Question number 10. What was the total bounty Jabba the Hutt placed against Han Solo? CJ?
Oh, Kyle had his hand up first. I'm gonna let Kyle go.
Kyle can go.
4,000 credits.
Nope. CJ?
500,000.
Nope. Garrison?
225 or 224. 190.
Yes.
Okay, how you that specific? You gotta be Google.
I knew that.
was so
No. Get
that
out
was
of here.
specific as hell.
I knew somebody
I
would
Cheater.
know
have
that.
that bounty poster. I literally have that bounty poster right there.
Get out of here. I knew that one.
Congratulations, you are 100% correct. Question number 11. Which character from Clone Wars was modelled from early concept art for Jabba the Hutt?
The episode with his son. The Jabba the Hutt's son.
Very funny. No.
There's a lot of examples of that, though.
It's
That's
it's
difficult
what's
to
his
think
face?
of the
He's a
one.
Jedi. Kel. What's his face? Kel, whatever the fuck his damn
No.
name is, multi-armed guy.
The old man, the one that trained Ahsoka.
No.
You're wrong, all of you are wrong.
For Jabba? One of the other Hutsmen? One of the other Hutt clan?
I will give you the answer.
Zero?
Does anybody recognize this dude?
Oh, jeez.
That's
Nope.
Rebels, not Clone Wars.
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna say-
so sorry.
Oh,
But
let's
yes,
see.
which
I was
character
going
from
through like
Rebels
100 characters in Clone Wars in my head.
was modelled from early concept art? Does anybody know who this character is, this background character?
He
was
looks
also
like
on the Hutt.
he
Go ahead.
he looks like he's gonna ask for your ID at a bar. He looks like my former boss. He looks like he's gonna
Jabba.
complain about your work ethic when he has none.
So this is the Crime Lord as Morrigan, and his species is a nod to Jabba the Hutt. His species is Jablogian. And this,
Logan.
yeah,
They
this
they
looks
just
like a
started. They
walking
said, "Hey
formal
man,
complaint.
give him a name, man. Just Marley."
He literally looks like a walking formal complaint.
and this is the original Jabba the Hutt concept art. This is what he was supposed to look like.
Oh God,
I'm
Yeah,
glad they didn't do it.
I know.
Jabba looks better than that dude.
Yeah, that's hard.
Time-
That's hard to say. That's a really hard thing to think. Like Jabba looks better than that. Jabba looks like crap. I'm sorry.
A lot of the times you will see characters in both Clone Wars and Rebels who are just recycled concept art for what we know as main characters and big characters, and I think that's a really lovely
What's-
way of reusing.
Zeb.
Yeah.
Zeb's a reuse. He was supposed to be Chewie, and
Yeah.
they just reused him.
Yeah.
The
If you
last
look at the original
question.
concept art for the New Hope, it's like, oh, Zeb's right there.
Dude, I'm killing it this round. Let's go.
You are killing it. The last question. Can you name 3 criminal organizations in the Star Wars universe? CJ?
Crimson Dawn, the Hutt
Yep.
Syndicate, and the Pike Syndicate.
Yep. Garrison,
Flip.
can you name? I mean, yeah, that was straight out of the bat, really, wasn't it?
I thought you were gonna put me off, Kyle. I'm
Um,
sorry.
I was thinking about it.
oh,
Can anybody guess any more?
oh gosh, I have so many.
You have so many. Actually, then, for some extra points, CJ, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 on my list.
I can only think of 5. I'm gonna let somebody
Yeah,
else
think
answer
5.
because I know there's more, and I know I can think of more once I start naming them. But I don't want to keep stealing the round. I'll win if I answer all 14. I'll just blow the water out here.
No.
and I don't think that's
You
fun.
don't. You don't
Go
get a
ahead,
point
because
for
you
each.
named the
It's
3
just
that I was gonna name.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
you don't get 14 points. You get bragging rights. There's a difference.
Did he say? Which ones did you say?
I said Crimson
said
Dawn,
Crimson
Pike,
Dawn.
and Hutt.
Yeah.
Isn't there like a? I don't know.
There was
got
one
Black
in Bad Batch.
Sun.
Yep, you got Black
Yep.
Sun.
A Rhodian or something one?
I don't have that on my list, but that may also be
Okay,
an
I don't
option.
know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I would have accepted Guavian Deathgan, Haxian Brood, Razzie Syndicate, Kanja Club.
Kanja Club. I don't owe money to the Kanja Club.
Tell that to Kanja Club.
Oh, Castle Leech. Good to see you. That's my favorite part. That's such a Harrison Ford Han Solo thing.
Yeah. And yeah, Rural Farm Boy got one. Black Sun was also on my list. Thank you so much for a wonderful round. That mistake will never happen again. We do not speak of it. We do not mention it. We bury it. We forget it ever happened.
It is forever on audio record.
If any of you ever bring it up again, I'm quitting.
Just get. We also talked about something else that should be forgotten in this episode.
Yes. So 2 things.
2 things in this episode. I should have named this episode "The Things to Forget About Star Wars."
I will never let you forget about the holiday special. I hope you know this. Every year we do a Christmas episode. I will find a way to squeeze it in.
Do you see my face? Or never
I will learn Carrie Fisher's holiday song and sing it to all of you to get around copyright.
Oh wow! I can't wait for that to happen. That's gonna be awesome.
That could be our opening thing during for the Christmas episode.
Charlie singing Carrie Fisher's.
Singing.
No. Well, this was a good episode.
The fans want it, Charlie. The fans want it. Dylan wants it.
The fans want it. Okay. If the fans want it, I'll do it.
Yeah, Dylan, I agree. It might as well happen. Next year, first thing. December, whatever the first Saturday is, Charlie's going to do it every day until Christmas.
Every day
every Saturday until Christmas.
I hate myself.
You put yourself in this boat, you might as well row it.
Y'all do realize I have editing rights to this. I'm going to take and cut this up and make a great little skit for it to come out. And it's going to be the look on Airbnb and CJ's face trying to be like, what the hell? How are we supposed to know what this guy's name is? And his name is on the top of the screen.
On the first.
I didn't even look. I didn't even look up. Garrison had the.
No, the messed up thing about it is I read it and I didn't even think about it. I read it. I read the thing and I was like, okay, that can't be the answer. That's not going to be that simple.
I'm delighted that you knew this horribly obscure piece of background information and I did it for myself.
Well, she was like, I stumped him for sure.
I got him. And then Garrison's like, no, you don't.
I spent hours writing these questions. I spend dedicated time and energy perfecting the format, and then I go and do something like that.
This is one of those times.
How many questions have you asked us, and you get one mistake? That's not bad. Most people screw up a lot. I would botch the hell out of this.
This is one of those times that I'm going to suggest to the listeners to come watch this video.
Please come and watch my failure, please.
Yeah, come watch this because that was hilarious. That was like the funniest thing ever.
Just the fact that you clicked off because you were done too. It was like, no, I can't do it. It made it a whole lot better for it too.
I don't even think I've got the strength to do the outro.
My stomach is hurting. I laugh too much.
Oh man, I cried.
I got a bellyache now. Charlie, you gave me a bellyache.
If that's not a summary for what Lightsaber Radio is, I don't quite know what we're going for. I'm guessing that it's time to say goodbye and farewell if we are all done laughing and being stupid and laughing at my mistakes. As always, tune in next week. Please remember to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to join our live shows. If you like this video, leave us a like and a comment. It means the absolute galaxy. From everyone in the crew here at LSR, have a happy, happy holiday season. Be safe, be kind, and may the Force be with all of you, always. Thank you for tuning in to LSR. If you enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. They're linked in the show notes below. Lightsaber Radio is produced by Pick Film Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Charlie Harwood, Garrison Turcott, CJ Elliott, and Carl McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.